This is the National News Desk, America's News Now. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Dee Dee Gatton, and we begin with the Trump administration on the defensive as they continue to assert the narrative that the Obama administration manufactured evidence of Russian interference in the 2016 election. Let's go straight to Ryan Smith at the live desk for a deep dive. Ryan?
More revelations announced today surrounding declassified documents that allege the U.S. intelligence community at that time did not have any direct information that proved Russia meddled in the election, tipping the scales specifically for Donald Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, director of national intelligence, saying they have, quote, irrefutable evidence that proves President Obama and his national security team directed the creation of and pushed an intelligent community assessment that they knew was false.
They knew it would promote this contrived narrative that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to help President Trump win, selling it to the American people as though it were true. It wasn't.
Gabbard declassified a highly sensitive congressional report written during Trump's first term. It states the ICA did not cite any report where Putin directly indicated helping Trump win was the objective. That judgment rested, it states, on a questionable interpretation of this one unclear fragment of a sentence. The ICA omitted reliable evidence that Putin's key advisors saw significant downsides to a Trump presidency. The ICA selectively excluded information from reliable intelligence sources that senior Russian officials had serious reservations about how a potential Trump administration could be bad for Moscow. Now tonight, the DOJ announcing it has now formed a strike force to investigate Gabbard's evidence that the Obama White House manufactured that intel.
In order to understand why the Trump administration is determined to get answers on this issue from this report, we need to take a step back and take a look at where we were nearly 10 years ago. At its heart, President Trump boomed onto the political scene during his first run for president in June of 2015. We now know that the FBI began investigating the Trump campaign for links to Russia back in July of 2016, while Barack Obama was president. The FBI was tracking campaign officials and inner circle people based on what we now know was the widely discredited and unverified Steele dossier report. That investigation was known as the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. Several members of Trump's inner circle and future administration were caught up in it and faced legal prosecution. In September of 2016, word of unverified Russian attempts to interfere in our elections became public, meaning that information was likely leaked to the public. 1 month later, in October, that means 1 month before the U.S. election, those claims were publicly confirmed by intelligence agencies. And despite all of that, on November 8th, 2016, President Trump was elected to the White House by the American people. And that's where this week's reports from DNI Tulsi Gabbard comes into focus. Now, between November and up until 2 weeks before President Trump's first inauguration in January of 2017, top Obama officials continued to meet behind closed doors and dig into potential Russian interference. On January 6, 2017, the DNI put out its report on Russia interference 2 weeks before Trump was sworn into office. This is known as an ICA. Now, the intelligence community was led by folks like CIA Director John Brennan, DNI James Clapper, FBI Director James Comey, NSA Susan Rice, and AG Loretta Lynch, all Obama-era officials. This week, we now know all of those Intelligence Committee members all testified between the years of 2017 to 2018 that they had no, quote, empirical evidence of Trump-Russia collusion. So the question the Trump administration is asking is, why? As Ryan mentioned, today's declassified House intelligence report from 2020 states that back in January of 2017, the intelligence community did not have any direct information that Russian President Vladimir Putin wanted to help elect Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential election, publishing potentially biased or implausible intelligence suggesting otherwise.